Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and as you can see, today I'll be using my Orbitec orbital machine. We've got a very large condo building to do today. This is the fourth floor. We have 4 floors in total to do. The bottom floor is anyway, it's 4 floors we have to do. It goes down to that wall down there, goes to the right about the same distance, goes to the left about almost this distance, and down that way, goes down to that hallway down there, or wall down there, and then turns left and does the same distance again. You can hear my wife. Got my wife helping me today. She's vacuuming with our very large wide area vacuum, the advanced carpet twin. I'll just show you. There she is. Turns around. Very nice vacuum that covers a lot of area quickly. Weighs about 60 pounds, but it rolls along pretty easy. Alright, so we'll go back here and I'll start actually cleaning. I actually had a little mechanical issue I did resolve right away here. I had a little clog in my jet, so I had to clean that out. But anyway, I'm ready to roll now. What I usually do is I do an extra cleaning on this lobby elevator area, and the elevators are over there. And this is where almost all the real obvious soiling happens. So I usually do a pre-cleaning in here and then go straight to the using a pad. What I'm using right now is I'm running with a hog's hair, and I'm just going to go over the really obvious traffic lanes up to the doorways of the elevators, and then I'll switch over to, I'm expecting to use my super zorb pads. So although I normally use 2-ways on this carpet, I thought I might try them today. Okay, my jet is working good. It was not working good a few minutes ago. See the strip. The lighting is really bad in this building. And this is not uncommon to find that in condo buildings. They put low wattage bulbs they can get away with in the hallways. So I do have a light on this machine. I changed it over from the light I had before. I had an issue with that one, so now it's got a single LED on the front, which you can probably see there. You'll see the light really actually working quite well right here where there's a real dark zone. You can see, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but you can see where I've been. So this is actually, as I mentioned, this is a hog's hair fiber pad. Just a scrub, do like a pre-scrub into the carpet. And then I'll switch over to the either super zorb or the 2-way. I don't recall if I ever used the super zorbs on this carpet. but I thought I'd give them a try. Oh, here we go. So, it's a little bit difficult to get right on the floor. Actually does a little dip right there. So I'll have to do that by hand in a bit. Make sure I give a real good scrubbing right in there. It really gets a beating. This carpet is actually getting pretty tired. I'll send that down, call the other one up. It's actually this carpet really gets a beating. There's up one end of the building over there, the door opens into like a little mall. There's stores over there, a couple of fast food restaurants, and residents walk right out the door into a parking lot, and they're getting oil. A lot of time getting oil on their feet, and then walking around on the carpet here, and it just really builds up with oil. And that's the issue, probably the main issue that we have on this carpet. There we go. And it is an olefin, so it does absorb oil quite readily. But it always comes up pretty well. And I have been doing this for about 10 years. I do it at least once a year, often twice. And they're always very happy with the way it turns out. They had been getting it steam cleaned and it was a disaster. They were actually, after only a couple of years, they were already thinking of pulling it out. Looked that bad. Morning. But that was 10 years ago. I'm using Donna Pro's radical rinse on the carpet today. I find that works really well. I like using it for commercial applications because it is a really good cleaner. It goes a long way. A little goes a long way. I'm using about 1 ounce per gallon. And there's a slight odor to it, kind of a citrusy smell, but not unpleasant at all. So let's go over here. So I'm going to switch over to the Supersorb. And here's one of the reasons why I really like this machine. I just stopped it. I'm going to flip the head up and get at it. And when you compare that to, say, an Orbot, it's that simple. Whereas an Orbot requires a little more. You gotta lift the machine to the upright position, grab that handle, pull it out, slide it up, then pull the machine back. It's a lot more monkey motion. But this is nice and simple. And that's one of the reasons I like this machine. Yeah. So we'll see if I like the Supersorbs. I'm putting the glider on there because it'll just move a lot easier on the carpet. I don't really need it, but... Oh, there you are. Are you going down to the next floor? Oh, okay. Having fun? Oh, goody.
Are you working at all?
A little bit. You looking for your water?
No.
Looking for... Oh, you're looking for that one. You want... There's a couple of rags on there, too, if you want. Right in the middle there somewhere. She wants to clean vacuum with a clean vacuum. Oh yeah, that'll work nice. Okay. Of course, the super resorbs are microfiber. Oh yeah, that'll work nice. Look at that, she's moving 2 vacuums at once. Yeah. Best helper I've ever had. Of course. Because she knows what she's doing, very conscientious. And responsible, of course. Yeah, just real smart lady. Jay Leno says, when asked what's the secret to a successful marriage, and he says, well, marry a woman smarter than you. I concur. I think that's a great idea. So I did. Stick this back in the corner. This machine is so smooth. That's one of the things I really like about it. And just the design of it is so simplistic. Okay, away we go. Hello. Oh yes. It's an incredible question. They see you cleaning carpet and ask you if you're cleaning carpet. Yeah.
Nice outside?
What's that?
Nice outside?
Yeah. Yeah, you can see where I'm going. I'm not trying to go fast. As I mentioned, this is actually the most soiled area. In the building are these lobbies, very concentrated soiling goes on here. So this is where I often talk about how I prefer rotaries for residential work. And I do. But this is where, this type of job is where the orbital, the wheels down orbital really shines. This is what they're really good for. Because you can work this carpet so easily and effortlessly. It's like running a lawnmower. And you can certainly do this with a rotary, but from a physical point of view, because this is just basically walking back and forth and back and forth, this is where the orbital, wheels down orbitals really excel. Doesn't need to be nimble like in a home. And physically, there's no weight on your hands because all the weight is resting on the did I say resting on the wheels. And they just clean really well on these low pile carpets. So this is where I much prefer to use my orbital. But you can certainly clean carpets like this using a rotary. In fact, interestingly enough, when I first started way back 25 years ago, I had a 13-inch rotary. That's what I started with. Had a tank on it. And I remember I actually did condo buildings like this with my 13-inch rotary. Well, yes, it took a long time. But that's what I started with. And it did work. And I was a lot younger then. Physically, things were, not as hard. You begin to, as you add decades to your life, you begin to think of ways to do things with less effort. Because you realize that there's a bill to pay at the end of the day, as it were. So, can you do it with a rotary? Absolutely. And a 300 RPM rotary will really speed you along, too. Or two-speed rotary, whatever. But if you only have a 175 rotary, put a tank on it, and go to work, because you can do it. Now, I don't know if you can, the light is so bad in here, but this is actually looking really good. It always looks good. When I'm done and I come back and look at it a day or so later, or usually when I take the key back, it always looks just great, and they're always very happy. Let's do the entry here. Now I'm gonna send that on its way. You go away now. Go down to the basement, and I'll call for the other one in a sec. Hello.
I'm finished. I'm not gonna bother you anymore.
Oh, you can walk on it. Just make sure I get in there. Oh, come on. Oh, good grief. Somebody must have called it. Oh, no, here we go. Okay. It's looking good, Okay. So, it is worn, very worn. It's a lot of wear and tear of this carpet. So we're not going to get a new carpet. I'm just going to run over this funnel area. One more go. These machines are still made. You can still buy them. They're actually a pretty reasonable price. A little less than some of the more popular ones out there. Orbitec. is the manufacturer. I think they're the oldest manufacturer of orbital machines out there, actually, Clark Lancaster. It looks slightly different than the machine I have. I think the tank is a little bit different style, but the design is basically the same. Very, very reliable machine. I've never replaced the pump. I've never rebuilt or changed the motor. I've replaced the bearing a couple of times. Very inexpensive. It's $100 to buy the bearing kit, I think. But they last a good long time. Years. Mind you, I am only using it for these commercial jobs, so my machine doesn't get a lot of hours really, I guess. But over the years, I mean, I've had it 10 years or so. So if I was going to buy another machine, I would definitely give this a real consideration, but this machine is not practical for in-home because of the way the handle works. It really isn't convenient to raise and lower this thing, and it's not very convenient for going up and down steps and whatnot. It's just that it's not a residential machine, trust me. But if you want it for commercial, that's all you're going to use it for, it's definitely a good choice. So I'll show you how I'll lift the head. What I do is just step back, take a look under here. It's actually not that bad. It could certainly, in other words, what I'm saying is it could get a lot dirtier than that. But so I'll switch over and continue on down the road there, and that'll be that. And I'm gonna just get my hooks here out of the way. So anyway, that's what I'm up to today, and we'll continue on and do what I gotta do. I'm gonna try this without the glider this time. And anyway, so that's what I'm doing for a few hours now. So have a good day.